we could.
Where's the camera?
Yeah, it's right here. You can do it right here. But there's been a lot of brands out here that have celebrities endorsing. They don't really know. I don't even think some of these celebrities smoke, and they put out these products, and you're hoping that it's going to be something good. You're like, oh, they always rap about weed, or they always talk about weed, so their shit's going to be fire. And then you go out and you look for their product, and then their product is just meh.
Yeah.
And you get a little disappointed, and just because someone endorses something doesn't mean it's fire. But what's different about the guy sitting right next to me is this guy is so passionate about the product and the flower. He's a real smoker. He didn't just jump into it right away.
No, I've been in it for 25 years.
He's been smoking weed for longer than a lot of y'all have been alive, and it's taken him almost, coincidentally enough, 22 years to actually find something he likes and wanted to put on his product. And put out there, and it's already won awards.
Look, you give them.
I actually presented one at one of the cups. I know you won multiple awards, so that's always a good sign to have. But Shavo in the building, passionate smoker, all about bettering the community. I noticed I was doing some research. Me and my lady out here researching, seeing you're getting awards. You're getting awards for mentoring, for leadership.
Well, I mean, if you learn something and you get to a point where people are listening to you and there's kids looking up to you and you want to push that out there and like teach the kids or just inform the kids that there is a good way of doing things and a bad way you'll succeed. You know what I mean? There's both successes. There's both ways to succeed.
Yeah.
But it's much more proper to go in the good way, do it the right way, where it's with hard work, passion, execution. That's what it's about. And even working on yourself, with the working out, you doing that, to better yourself.
Hey, man.
And it's never too late. You could be 45 years old and change your life to better.
Shavo, I always appreciate the support when I post my gym
I'm in there.
social medias, and I see you posting your fucking gym shit.
Oh, you have to.
You just encourage, like, let's go, and I see you out here just getting in. I'm like, fuck it. I'm out here doing it too, G.
My dude.
I got something I'm working on too. This little skit that's involving cannabis and working out.
I love it.
Do you get high before you work out?
Always.
Do you get high after you work out?
Always.
Do you get high during your workout?
I haven't had a chance.
Well, let's see. I got new exercises coming out.
I
got new exercises coming out. But it's awesome to see you just always active and always out there and doing things. But I want to take it back real quick. Although, because I know you were talking about doing things the right way, being passionate, hard work. You're in a Grammy Award-winning band. You directed some major motion pictures. You've been a part of a lot of major videos, been a part of a lot of things. Where did Shavo start? Were you born out here?
I was born in Armenia.
Okay.
At 5 years old, my entire family moved overseas. We moved to Italy for a little while, Rome, and then
that's overseas. It's over a sea, right? From
over
Armenia.
an ocean, and then sea.
It's a sea, yeah.
Sea. And then we had to become citizens there because America's borders were closed at the time. And once we did that, we made it across. I was 5 years old. I ended up in LA, Hollywood, and the rest is history, bro.
So you came out. How was that process? Because I know, like right now, there's a whole thing with immigration and all that shit.
That was going on way back. Everyone thinks this is a new thing. It's just that the dude is rude and just made it. Lets everyone know everything he does. Yeah, and he's doing it in a really bad way too. But it is what it is. But the law itself has been around since
So it's been the process.
It was closed then. It's closed now too. I'm not a supporter of either side right now. That's not what I'm saying. But it's been around. It's happened before. It's just the way he's doing it is not cool.
Yeah.
So it was closed, and we got in, and fuck's the best thing.
And then you were out here, and then
I see Kiss, and then I was like, I'm gonna do that.
Wait, so
the
Kiss?
band Kiss. I saw them on Solid Gold, and then I was like, dude, I was 5 years old.
You're like, that's what I want to do.
I want to do it like that. That's kind of cool that you could do that.
At 5?
Yeah, that's how old I was. And I got amped. Not that I want to do that for the future. I just wanted to do it. I didn't know about jobs and stuff. I just wanted to play music and perform.
It's just something that looked fun and exciting. You're like,
it was just cool.
Were you always into like music and art? Because I saw something here. You have synesthesia? Synesthesia?
That's what I said.
Synesthesia?
It's when you associate like senses. Let's say numbers to colors and colors to like days, and I don't know. I read on it too. I had no idea there was a thing.
So that's what I heard is like people don't really know.
Like a year and a half ago, I read on it.
Like that's what I have.
Yeah, but and it's like really common.
Yeah.
So since birth, it's like numbers always had a color. Like 1 was white, 3 was yellow, and 2 was red.
Really? Because I know, like in school too, when you look at like in kindergarten or first grade, when you look up, they have letters as
With
different colors and
I feel
different
like
numbers.
maybe that's when it was put in me.
And I
Who
wonder
knows?
if people just think like, oh, that's normal. That's what I
Yeah.
see when I see two. I see
yeah.
red because that's what it's in school. But it's actually because I don't see colors when I see numbers, and I don't see pictures
You
when I
don't?
hear sounds.
You don't at all?
Put this somewhere. Oh yeah. Here, just put it right here. You're
All
fine.
right,
You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I don't see any of that.
Word.
So I was wondering if that has anything to do with the whole 22 red because.
Well, that's the name. Yeah, we were coming up with names, and we had a lot of things on the table. And I mean, 22 has always been a part of me, and I always thought it would be something 22, something 22. But some people helping me out went against that and went into some really odd stuff and didn't represent me. Some people wanted to actually represent me, like Shavo Select and like Shavo's Choice. I'm like, dude, come on,
Basic.
come on. Like, I want it to be bigger than me. I want this to be something I represent, not something I am. You know what I mean? It's more than me. It's gonna be more than me.
Right.
It's like a child. You have a kid. You want your kid to be better than you.
Yeah.
So that's where
you
I
want the best for
The
it.
best for it. You don't want to just be it.
Because 22 red can be anything.
Anything, bro.
It could be whatever. It could be a
is.
cloak. I think it
It's
started as a clothing line, right?
Started as a clothing line, and we moved it once we met our third partner. It was like, this guy was like, we've got some great, people behind him, so it just became a thing, man.
And 22 is a significant number in your life. I learned that. I learned that.
I was
Born on the 22nd
of April, and then I got married on the 22nd of May.
What?
But it was so that didn't.
You also were 22 when you got signed with
Yeah.
System of a Down.
96, 97, yep. And then that was 22 years before I thought my 22 red. I was 44 when I thought it.
What?
Yeah, right?
Numbers.
Yeah.
And I see numbers, like, I know all these people believe in, like, numbers, and when they see certain sequences, it, like, means something, and there's angels or whatever the fuck people talk about, all these, like, numerology stuff, so.
Yeah. Well, if you look into it now, because I wasn't really into, like, 22 because of its number, like, what it's, what other people know about it or like. But if you look into it, it's like a master number. You can, like, manifest stuff with it.
Were you always into this? So, like,
No, I wasn't.
Shavo as a kid. So here's Shavo, 5 years old, watching Solid Gold, sees Kiss, fucking big rock band makeup. He's like, that looks fun. I'm gonna do that. So is that when you picked up a guitar at 5?
No,
or?
I wanted to, but my folks wouldn't get me into. Thought that's all I would do. And
So what did they want you to do? Go play ball outside, or
no? They wanted me to
read books,
go to school, read books, be a doctor, lawyer, whatever parent, something like that. And the parent wants for their kid.
the best, the American dream.
That's what it is, right? But I always wanted, and then I got 11 years old. My grandma got me
A guitar.
a guitar.
Was it like a bass or a
No, it
regular?
was a guitar. I didn't play bass till I was I don't know, like about 8 months before I joined System.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of
I
here!
was a guitar player. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so here you are at 11. You get the guitar. You start playing the guitar.
Started playing guitar. No lessons, just picked it up, just strummed it.
You see the pictures, hear the colors. You're like, let's go.
Like, I thought I'd play better than I did when I picked it up. In your head,
Yeah.
just like not knowing how to play, like I can rip that apart. After a while, no, it's tough. It took a long time, and I played until something happened. Like, I could do something now. Then I met some friends that played also, and so I learned this song from this band. I learned one from the top. I just kind of went.
And just kept it going.
Yeah.
Is that like the? So what did young Shavo listen to growing up? Were you listening to like Kiss?
I was listening to Kiss.
Uh huh.
I was listening to metal and hip hop. When hip hop started, you guys all about it. So I was in the Beastie Boys. That's still before that. My mom was cool with that. She like bought me records, and I had records. We had a record player, so I listened to a lot of records. Some like Duran Duran at the time. Like, there was just things that just like made
Hungry like
go. I mean, that was what's on TV, and it was big at the time, so I was inspired by it. I was influenced by it all. I was I watched a lot of TV, read a lot of magazines, comic books, skateboarded. I skateboarded from like age 6 to like 17, like
What?
religiously. I thought that was like,
You're like, I'm gonna be a
what am I?
skateboarder.
Yeah, but that was.
So as a kid, you're like, I'm gonna be a professional skateboarder.
I mean, that was just one of the things that I was like into, and
Can you still kickflip?
I don't know if I landed the first time, but I know how to do
I'll
it.
get it.
Yeah.
What was the best trick you did?
180 varial heel flip.
What?
Yeah. Boom, yeah. Prack-a-tap. And when I did that, it was like, once we started doing rails, like handrails. Not rails, handrails.
Rockstar talk. You see
yeah.
that? You have to differentiate.
About the rails. So once we started doing handrails, the tricks got a little, like, dangerous. So I started playing guitar at that time already. So I was like, I didn't want to play guitar more. I don't want to break my hands. I don't want to break my wrists. That's all that.
Yeah, I got into skateboarding. I thought that was good. I thought it was good, and then like you start watching skate videos,
Oh, you start doing with theirs, yeah.
and then you're like,
Hocus
man,
Pocus,
I started
that was
watching
my
like
shit.
like Rodney Mullen
Rodney,
versus
oh, yeah.
Day One. So I'm like, man, I'm
Well, that's
never
newer
gonna
shit,
be
yeah,
able.
that was,
Yeah,
those two are, I mean, they're
Yeah, this is
all-time
like
best ever.
early 2000s and
But
shit.
still,
Like,
those two guys are like
That's
the
when I
ultimate
was-
skaters. Like, they're the ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're innovators. Like,
And-
shit.
like I was watching, I was like, bro, I tried doing some of like Mullen's tricks, and I'm like,
No, bro.
I
No,
don't
you
want to
just
break
gotta
my
admire-
ankle. I'm
You
not
just
trying.
gotta admire him.
And that's what I did. I was like, yo, this ain't my path.
No.
It's great. I love skateboarding. I'm from the valley. It's what we do. SoCal life. You either skate or
Hollywood
surf.
skaters. Like,
Yeah.
a few of my friends were in the Hollywood boys.
What?
Yeah, like Pablo Diaz used to skate all the time around us. Gabriel Rodriguez.
Paul Rodriguez.
Paul?
Yeah.
Who was Gabriel? It was Gabriel.
Okay.
It was Gabriel.
I know there was a P Rod.
There was.
Yeah.
There's a Gabriel
Okay, G Rod.
who was on Powell for a second. I think.
So,
they're in that band this week.
so I just found something interesting out. You said you skateboarded from like 5 to 11, and
No, back to like 17.
Seven-
16
okay,
when I
'cause
started driving.
okay, because your grandma gave you the guitar at 11, and that's when you started. Were you like skateboarding and
No,
playing
I
guitar?
wasn't doing that. But I play guitar at night when I play skateboard.
Right.
Wow,
Talk to the ladies and shit, trying to like, check this out. Well, so you were just playing straight, like, was it like melodies or more like riffs?
riffs. I mean, I'm a riffer. I'm not a singer, so I don't singer-songwrite. I songwrite with parts, and then I put parts together. And
Make it happen.
yeah, I can come up with like choruses and stuff, but I'm not a singer. So
Yeah, it's because you weren't really like you just like playing. You weren't really like your objective in life wasn't to really be in a
rock star?
band.
No, it wasn't.
No, because you were actually managing the band before.
Well, I was playing in bands, and then I started playing bass, and I was playing with this band at a studio in North Hollywood. And then,
818, say it backwards.
Well, actually, Burbank.
Okay, it's still 818.
And I met the guys, and they were in the band called Soil. And they asked me if I'd manage them. I said, fuck it. I love it. It's really awesome, intricate, progressive metal. And I did that for a while, and then they disbanded, and then rebanded.
Yeah, it just happened.
Yeah.
Time 22 months later.
2 months later, here we are.
I don't know the timing on. So then you started. When did you discover? When was it like System of a Down? You're like, damn, we made it. Like this is
I'm still not saying that.
what we're doing. What you mean? You
still
guys
don't
have
say we
won
made it.
Grammys.
Yeah,
You guys
that's
have
not making it.
toured.
Yeah, no.
I-
Yeah, it
I
was
mean-
successful. Knock on wood, but
Like when did you realize? Like we're like this
Well,
is it.
I remember when we got signed. That felt good.
Was it
You know?
good? Was
That
it
was
like
like graduating. You know, it's like
hearing the
here
song
we
on
go
the
in real
radio?
world now. Yeah,
Here we go, like we're flying the coop, we're like we're
We're
gonna
out
go
here.
do this, yeah. It's like we're not living at home anymore.
We all got our own houses now.
Well, when you go on tour, it's like you leave everybody. We were all living with our folks, so it was kind of crazy to leave your parents. Like I didn't move out; I moved on tour. That was my first thing. Like the bus would pick me up from my parents' house.
The tour bus.
The tour bus. Would pick me
What?
up. And I go in the bus. We'd go on tour. I'd miss everybody. We had no cell phones. It was bad, man. I was like,
This
it's
was-
fun doing what we're doing, but it was rough. You
This
know,
was
like-
pre-social media,
Pre-social media.
FaceTime and all
Yeah.
that.
And at first there was no bus. We had a van. We had an RV. It was like so. The RV would pick me up, and then it was like we had to drive it. We had to fix it. We had to put gas in it. It's like there was no like people working for us, you know.
Damn, you
That's
did it
how
all
we started.
yourself.
Yeah, that's how we started.
Well,
First year was
We bought a school bus and converted it into a tour
I've
bus.
heard that story too.
So,
Ours was an old RV. It was pretty bad. Yeah. It broke down everywhere.
well,
Anyone who's listening to this that was on tour with us would be laughing.
They know.
Yeah.
because I heard some stories where like you were on tour doing these big festivals, but they were like your green room would be like a closet. And they
That
wouldn't-
happened.
They wouldn't be like, oh yeah, that's the shit. It's like a bunch of you guys. And you're just
I've
like,
been on tours where it's just 3 bands and the top band would just give us that bathroom. And there was empty rooms available, but we got the bathroom.
fucked
That shit
up.
goes down.
Who was like the first tour, like the first artists were like, nah, y'all deserve like, come here, get
No,
this
the
thing.
first people were great. Slayer was our first tour, and those guys are amazing. Like that's like Godfather band. Like they took us out in America first, and they took us out in Europe. So they're like the first band we've ever gone out with. So
That's
hands
crazy.
down, whatever it was, we're blessed. We were blessed. After that, we went on some tours just to support, just to get some following, and we got back there. But it's cool.
Got it.
We got over it.
Yeah.
It was a hump.
Yeah,
Has a
it's-
minor, huh?
you know, we all have obstacles in
Yeah,
life.
we were lucky to be on the tour. We're lucky to be on tour. It's all a blessed life, bro.
Yeah, it's the road you take to get
Very
to where you're at.
thankful, Yeah, very thankful for it all.
Yeah, I feel it. Is there like because you guys are really hard, you know, you get my fucking adrenaline going.
We got some
ballads.
ballads.
You do got ballads. You do got ballads.
Some sad ones.
But how are the
Songs I
like?
think of.
Where's the craziest crowd you think you've ever? Because I feel like the crowds at a system
There's
like
been
that.
some sick
I'm a
ones.
delicate dude from the valley. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll see a mosh pit, I'll be like, all right, let's cool, but I'm gonna go over here and shit.
Hold on. he said delicate dude in the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know,
Gotta
I'm
do
a suburban
something
kid,
with that.
so so I'm just like I've been to crazy shows. I appreciate art and music, and sometimes you know I'll start seeing the energy. I'm like, yo, it looks
Gotta back
fun,
up.
but let me
Yeah,
just.
I'm all about it.
But-
I was, not anymore.
So has there been like a crazy city that y'all been
a
to
lot, bro. Fuck.
that stands out? Like,
Well, first thing stands out on that first European tour with Slayer. Because we got Slayer audience, right? They set
Oh,
off.
shit.
They set off flares in an theater. It wasn't an outdoor. It was
Like in the center of the theater, in the crowd, these dudes set off like firework flares in the middle of the pit.
oh my god.
And it wasn't so
big. It was like the size of this whole office, maybe, bro. With imagine a big flare group right here, and then people pitting around this space. Say there was no wall.
So if
And it was,
you're in the
it
pit,
was nuts. We were worried because the place could have gone down, you know? With the roof, you know?
yeah, there's the smoke and the
Yeah.
fires. We're indoors.
That was crazy. We played Rock in Rio. That was nuts because it was huge. That's in Brazil, and Japan was dope as hell because those guys, they're so polite. They like when we're not playing, they're just watching. They're just like, there's no one talking. They're just silent. We'll start a song and then it's a berserk. They're going crazy. Buck wild. People are flying around, and then we stop and they applaud
And
they
stop.
watch and they wait for the next song. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But when the song is playing, they're out of their mind.
They're in it.
Oh, dude.
In it to win it.
Uh-huh.
Ah!
And they-
That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. So there's been some really fun. I mean, in America, every state is something. It's like a different country with people.
Has
where
any
they-
country surprised you with weed where you're like, fuck, we're not going to get any weed? And then you pull up to a country and you're like, damn.
I always thought we were gonna get weed, but I was surprised when I didn't get it. You know.
Because I know, like, it's dumb to say, like, where's the best weed in the world? I know it's out here in LA. Like,
It is.
it's
You can't,
typical. Even though you traveled
I'm
the
not
world.
remembering where it was just as.
Or where was, like, the
I mean,
worst weed you
Amsterdam
had?
in the beginning?
Where was the worst weed you had?
Greece again?
Greece?
Yeah, it was. Well, it's the worst because, like, at some point you already know you're not gonna smoke that, right? But we were at a point where we hadn't smoked for a really long time, and me and my drum tech, we
got some weed and it was cellophane wrapped. It wasn't like a Ziploc, it was like cellophane. It was like done like a bimbo. And we went up to the bleachers and we rolled a J, but it was like, I don't know, man. I don't even know if it smelled a little like weed. I'm
It
talking
was
about,
herbs.
we took a hit. Every hit came with a big headache. Like, hit,
Ooh, why would you
When-
smoke it?
because we had nothing, and it was giving us something, a headache, you know.
It was giving- yeah.
feeling like
Some
our
altered
eyes
state.
watered or
Yeah.
something happened. So we just did it, and then I remember just not having a good time for a second from
Yeah.
it. I don't know what we smoked, but it wasn't like drugs. I don't think it was a drug. I think it was like just stems, like of just anything.
Do you remember? Do you remember the first time you got high?
Yeah, yeah. It was at a Guns N' Roses Metallica show at the Rose Bowl.
How old were you?
I was 18.
18.
Yeah, yeah. I asked the guys if they were smoking pot, and I had never smoked. And I was with a crew that never smoked. And
Skateboarding
yeah.
and doing all that
I
shit. You
never
never
smoked.
smoked.
No, I never smoked.
Even being in Hollywood,
Yeah,
like,
Hollywood.
were
They
you not
smoked around
into
me.
it, or
No,
was
no,
it
I
not?
just was. My parents instilled this drugs thing on me, you know, like the cocaine, heroin, weed is the same, you know. So I
Yeah,
just was
all
like, I ain't
old
doing any of
school,
that,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And you can do it. I'm not gonna do it. And there's people doing it around me. I just didn't do it.
Just
And,
one night you got that one
it
urge.
was, yeah, it was like they were doing it. I was like, seeing my friends, they're like, oh shit, look, they're doing it. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a hit, and then expecting them like
To say no?
Yeah, not even listening to me, you know, some kid.
Like,
you know?
fuck you, fool. This is
They were
my
like,
weed.
there you go, bro. I was like, oh shit. Now there was that moment where they all looked at me.
Who? Yeah, I don't pass. I'm
I was
sorry.
like, let me have that. And I took a hit. I don't know if I felt nothing, but I took a nice hit and I blew it out. And then, I guess it did because I enjoyed the show a lot that day. And
It enhanced your senses.
it did a little bit. Then after that, I kind of didn't smoke for a little bit. But then when me and Darren started hanging out, we just smoked every day.
He introduced it to you.
Back, yeah.
So the first time you
I mean,
smoked
our friends would smoke, but then him and I kind of bonded. You know,
were joints always your go-to?
bongs.
Bongs.
We had the graphics.
Oh, the plastic one.
Yeah, yeah.
Light green.
And like pipes, you know. I didn't really know how to grow.
My first hit was out of a graphics bong too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Red one.
Mine was a purple one. Yeah. In the valley.
Yeah,
in the
valley.
backyard of my friend's house.
Lancashire. That's where. So what is that?
So that's crazy. So you started smoking weed 18, and now you're like super passionate about it. I know you care about your product.
Oh yeah.
You source. You make sure everything is to your
I
standards.
make sure I'm talking to
You're not
the
just
guy
like,
growing it,
yeah,
you know?
do what you need to do. Just put my face on it. You're like,
Hell
yo,
no.
let me fucking see this. Let me see the grows. Let me see the product. Let me smoke it.
If I'm gonna spokesman it, I'm gonna swear by it. I need to fucking know it's a
Respect.
bomb, or else I ain't gonna talk about nothing.
Respect.
I won't like, you know, if a company pay, I don't do endorsements unless I'm using the actual fucking thing and I'm on it, so I'm wearing it. You know,
That's how I
I'm
feel.
wearing it, you know, but I'll never just hold it and say,
If my face is on it,
yeah.
then it's approved. Unless they counterfeit, you know.
Hold on.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey.
Well, you know, now they counterfeited my logo. It's crazy.
I saw that.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing.
It's like bittersweet.
No,
you know
it's
what I'm
a
saying?
good thing. It's like we get bootleg. Our
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
comes out of
I bought a
everywhere.
fake system of down shirt
I'm
outside
sure
the
you
concert.
did. Most
you know?
people will have
Just
fake
$5.
shirts.
What the fuck? Why
Listen,
not?
Most people have fake shirts than real shirts out there.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that much merch, you know. We
Yeah.
just kind of made
A little bit. And it's like $40 a t-shirt. I'm like, yo, there's $5 outside.
We're like 100 nowadays. We're 85.
Fuck.
What's crazy? Right?
Kanye's
Like,
killing it with the merch at his shows. Like, that's just
Well,
crazy.
Kanye is a
Astro,
designer.
Travis Scott,
He's
Astro
cool.
World is killing it too. It's crazy.
Those guys are nuts.
But yeah,
Dude,
it's just
easy.
it's just crazy. Like the monetization now on just products and what you can do.
It's how you do it, man.
Yeah.
If it's good and you give it out in a good way with a cool story that is real and someone could actually back it, I mean, it's just, I'm into it. You know what I mean? I'm all about, you know, I see bands pass through brands, pass through me all, you know, constantly. Some stick.
So you have 22 Red is the brand. It started as a clothing line. Now it's a cannabis brand.
Cannabis, clothing, and imprint. All the new music that I'm making, I'm gonna.
What? That
Yeah,
22
go
Red.
through collab, yeah.
So are you guys flowers, concentrates,
Both.
carts?
Carts, disposables, eighths, pre-rolls, and hemp-derived CBD also.
And where can people find 22 Red? Is it?
We're in about 50 stores, give or take a few as we speak. You can go on my Instagram at Shavo Dajian, or you can go at 22 at LA. There's a 22 retail highlights. You go in there, and it'll tell you every store and with a map. Or better yet, you can go to 22red.com and store
Hey,
finder.
they
You
can't
see-
delete that.
Boom, they can't.
What?
They
And
can't
22, like we were talking about earlier, is the whole. Do you have 22 tattooed on you?
I have zero tattoos.
You have
Remember
zero
that?
tattoos?
Zero.
Is that crazy?
It is.
Do all your band members have tattoos?
None of them.
Everyone's just tattoo free.
We're missing links.
Is that because you guys are? No, that's
No.
pretty
There's
rare.
nothing religious, nothing about it. We just never got it. I've always been a fan of him. I knew if I got one, I was gonna go 100. I was gonna go cover, and I just never did. It's just,
That's crazy.
I delayed it, and but I'm a big fan of tattoo.
Yeah.
I really am, and I know a lot of great tattoo artists.
I was always like I was raised the same way, like no tattoos, you know,
Yeah.
being raised Jewish, like it's against. But
I-
then
I-
like my
I-
mom got some face tats,
What?
and I'm like, what the fuck,
Wait.
Mom? Well, she got like the lip liner
Oh, yeah, I know
and like
that.
the eye. Well, that's
But that's-
fucking
it
that's a
is, but it's-
tattoo. That I don't care if it's a makeup. I don't care if it's a cosmetic.
I thought she got like snake eyes right here.
No, she got. I mean, that's a face tat. Like you got permanent makeup around your lips, or you got permanent like eyeliner or
My
whatever.
aunt's got that.
Yeah, that's a tattoo.
She's a mumble rat.
Your aunt got a face tat. But you know, after that, I'm like, yo, mom, like, how you gonna like raise me and say no tattoos, and here you are,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
getting face tattoos? Like, I don't have face tats. Like,
What I was saying.
I'm like, she's like, that's not the same. I'm like, whatever, mom, I'm gonna get my face on my face now. Watch. But it's cool. How does it feel having like a compliant brand? Did you ever think? Did you ever like?
None. I swear I didn't. This was 2 years ago. So I'm moving around. It was 2 years ago that we thought of it, and I've just started working because my band doesn't tour so much, and so I'm not gonna sit around, man. I'm making music. I'm started a business, and I got a family. I gotta work, man. I gotta do shit. So this was it. I said something I could put my heart and soul into because I'm passionate about what I'm doing.
Yeah. You didn't want to come out with Yo Shavo.
No, that was a brand. Did I say that somewhere? Did I read that somewhere? 'Cause someone threw that at me. I should call it Yo Shavo.
Yo Shavo.
What? I must have said that before. Yeah, dude, Yo Shavo.
Shavo Select. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a couple names.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
but
there was one. Oh fuck it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was bad.
yeah, but you're like, man, no.
Yo Shavo, bro.
Yo Shavo.
Actually, kind of works.
I like that.
I kind of like.
I like Yo Shavo.
Not 'cause it's
Maybe
my
not
name.
for weed, just
No,
for
something
like.
else.
It just sounds cool. Yo
It's
Shavo.
like you
Like an
chocolate
Instagram,
drink. Huh?
sort of Instagram clone.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
What did he say?
I think he said you make an Instagram.
Yeah.
We did. I have one.
You have a Yo Shavo?
When the name came out, I was like, I'll just get this. So I got it just to hold on to it. There's nothing on there.
So you've probably smoked with some amazing people throughout your career. Is there?
Yes, I have.
Who are like standouts that you're like, fuck, I'm smoking with?
Oh, I don't know. Shit.
Like when I got high with Snoop Dogg my first time, I was like,
I haven't done
fuck.
that. I haven't. Maybe I haven't.
You have. You had to have.
Why don't I remember anything?
What?
Like I know one I missed that I could have been a part of that was big time and I can never be a part of.
What happened?
It can't happen anymore.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Tom Petty.
I said that. You said that.
No, I researched.
Yeah.
You got that
Research. This guy's Howard Stern here, bro. I just
Nah, that's a compliment. I
He's
appreciate
got
it. I'm
everything
not.
down. He's like,
Not yet.
he's
I need
gonna
a
bring up
Baba
something
Booey.
from- Yeah. Where is it?
I need a two people. Anyways, yeah. If I had like a Howard Stern production, that'd be
Yeah, well,
sick.
hey, he started smaller than this. So
What?
This is not
I
bad.
know.
I'm very. This is good.
So I mean,
I'm
like
impressed.
I started with the co-host, and
Yes.
then we went separate ways, and then I started doing my shit. I started
You
doing
have Sid
TV.
now, I hear.
And then Sid Wilson, Starscream for Slipknot. He like
He's fun, dude.
he was really like getting on me, like, yo, bring back your podcast. I love your interviews. Like, you really are cool. Like the way you talk, get high and shit. I was like, all right, only if you co-host with me. He's like,
I'm done.
I'm done. I don't have shit going on unless I'm touring or out. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So like the first 10 I did, he was
I
consistent.
saw that on your Instagram.
And then
yeah.
he started getting in the studio again with Slipknot, and they started touring, and now he's like
Well,
rockstar
good for
life
him, man. He
again.
needs that. It's something,
Shout out to Sid Wilson too.
Props.
you
That
know.
album's good, by the way.
He'll be back.
I like that album, the new Slipknot album.
He hit me up today too and asked me to
Sure.
ask you about his Transformer VHS and said, "Where's it at?"
Oh, I still have it.
He said,
You know when he gave me that?
"Where's-"
Okay. I think it was one of their first tours ever. I think it was an Ozfest or something.
It was like 99 or 2000 or something. And he gave me his, he like told me the whole story of how he's a big Transformers fan. And
He's a huge Transformer.
I know, and I had him
Come with us on our bus, and we watched Transformers all night long in the back lounge.
On a
There was no
VHS.
partying, there was no chicks, none like that. It was Transformers. We were on
And
the
you guys just
VHS.
watching it.
And I think I still have it in my box or somewhere. Tour box.
Autobots, roll out. Yeah, he texted me this morning, and we were just talking, and he just said to ask you for his tape.
I remember those days, man.
if you got it, yeah.
When they just started, they were with us. They started with us, it was like all together. It was great. So we were kind of on our second, I think, year or third year, and then they came. It was great.
It was a good timing.
Yeah.
Good, he's a good guy.
Very.
So back to the story. I want to hear this. How you missed the opportunity.
Oh yeah. Well, I was at the studio recording. It was Rick's house, Rick Rubin's house, and
What?
Yeah, it was right here in, on Laurel Canyon.
Yes, I know the house. I drive by it every time I go to the city.
House, yeah. Well, that. So I don't know why I left early. I think I had bass tracks. I did them, and I was like, I'm gonna go home. I don't know what it was. And Darren stayed behind, and then he hits me up. He's going home. He goes, I smoked out with Tom Petty, man. I'm like, what? He goes, he walked in right when you walked out. He goes, why the fuck didn't you call me then? He goes, I want to smoke out.
Damn.
So I missed that, man, and I heard that went through 4 joints,
Just chilling with Tom Petty,
and
huh?
I heard he was mellow, really cool dude.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Someone I
Seems
really
mellow.
looked up to, looked up to.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
What? He sings about Reseda Boulevard. You know,
Yeah,
the
he
valley
does.
out
Fuck.
here. We out here. 818. Y'all are sleeping
Where are we
on
at?
it.
Dude, I lived down the street from here, man.
Yeah, shout out Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
We out here.
Yeah, that's what-
Look. My goal, like Snoop Dogg put 2 and 3 on the map. I'm about to put 818 on the map. Say it backwards. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
Wait, how do you, what?
818.
Oh,
Say
shit.
it backwards.
I don't know.
What?
I can't talk that fast.
So, is there anyone that you like really smoke with? Where you're like,
Well,
I'm smoking with like Willie Nelson.
I haven't, though. I haven't.
I know it's I haven't
If
either.
anybody
but-
remembers and is listening, tell me. Because I don't. I did, like Tom Araya from Slayer. I remember when
That's
he
dope.
was one of our first. Like I said, he was like, that band was like our first,
Yeah, that was.
popped out Virginia. And I smoked with him. We smoked hash in Europe.
Is there anyone that you would love to smoke with? That
I don't know if I don't have that.
there's
thing.
someone where you're like, fuck.
But I've never been that guy. I want to smoke with that. I don't know. I want to hang out. I mean, when people meet each other and it clicks, because I can want to smoke with someone or hang with someone. That guy might be a dick, and then my whole thing will get ruined. Like
Boom.
that's happened to me too. I've met someone
Just
I
get disappointed.
Yeah, and there's like a big fan of him since I was a kid, and then he's this big fucking egomaniac, narcissist, Jesus complex.
Yeah.
People might know who I'm talking about. And that's happened. And you're like, I don't want to hear that band anymore or something. You know?
I'm over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened a couple of times. I'm sure, you know, you meet someone that you think
So
is dope.
yeah.
But it also could be that
Back
day.
then, I did have people I wanted to. You know?
But it could be like,
Yeah.
you know, I also, because sometimes people catch me on bad days. And I
Of
don't
course.
mean to be an
No,
asshole,
I'm
but like,
100%,
it
right.
just comes out like that.
But
And
you and I
there's
both.
moments where people are like, oh, you know, the first time I met you, you were a dick and you but, you know,
Dude,
then we
imagine
met
being
again.
on tour. Imagine being on tour.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't wake up happy every fucking morning and you walk
Look.
outside and someone meets you and then you're not smiling at them and then all of a sudden you're a dick forever, you know?
We all wake, you know, you don't know what's going on in someone's personal life. Let me just say, social media is not real life. That's just like a highlight reel of how people are living. So if you think everyone's always happy and fucking excited, it's not true because
Or
we
they're not.
we all have our problems that we go through. It may not be as big as others, but we all have our obstacles. We all have shit that we deal with. So just fucking, you know, sometimes when you meet someone and they're not the best person, just think about maybe they may not be in the happiest place right now. They may not be in the happiest place. And, you know, that's why, just like with food, I always have to, you know, meet someone twice, or I always have to try a dish twice. Because the first time I try it, maybe I wasn't ready for it, and I didn't like it. But the next time I was like, oh, shit, you know, this is actually kind of good. I'm with it.
Yeah, well, that's how uni was for like sushi.
Sushi?
I mean, everyone loves, like, the whole country finds it a delicacy, and then I wasn't liking it. So I'm like, something's wrong with my taste buds. So
Maybe you
so I
weren't
ate
ready
it, like,
for it.
Yeah, I was ready.
Yeah.
So I ate like 3, 4, 5 times. The fifth time I was like, fuck, now
Oh,
I
this
have
is
it after
fire.
everyone.
Yeah. Now I love sushi.
Now
I was
I'm
like that
into
with sushi, too.
Now I'm into it.
What? Yeah, it's just like with anything in life. You just gotta try. Like liver. Like, I still don't like liver.
I don't like it either, though.
But, like,
That's like a texture you'd never. I
it's
would
crazy.
never like.
But,
yeah,
you know,
I-
eventually sometimes people hit an age and they're like, oh, this shit is fire. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
no, bro. You like liver?
I'm not
No,
a big
no,
liver.
no.
Anyone in here like liver?
I'm not a big organ
No?
guy. Man. I'm not a big like organ. I don't want.
No, I don't like organs.
Brain,
No, just give me meat.
yeah.
Let me get it. So, what is Shavo up to right now? Is there anything going on? Is there anything we should know about?
Well, I'm making music.
Yeah?
I have a new project called North of Kingsley.
Okay.
I grew up on Kingsley Drive, like the story I told you about coming to America. We landed on Kingsley Drive in Hollywood, North Kingsley Drive. So we're north of Kingsley. It's a 3-piece right now. We are making music in the studio, and it's coming out pretty cool. And
What is it? What's the sound like? What are we
I don't know.
vibing with?
I've been given teases of it on Instagram, so I don't know. I can't explain it.
Listen for yourself.
Yeah, it's got.
We out
elements
here
of today.
innovating sound.
It has elements of today, but it's got my vibe of like riffs and shit I've done for System and shit I've done for others. I did do an album back in the day. I did not release it though with RZA from Wu-Tang. We did an album called A Chosen.
Yes.
And that started
With
my
Kinetic
whole,
Nine.
Yeah, with Kinetic 9. That started my whole hip hop like production, like kind of falling into it.
And this time it's more thought out. It's not just me in the studio grinding. It's with other partners who are also doing a lot, you know. So it's going somewhere. Let's see what happens. You know, like I have passion
You're a
about it.
little entrepreneur though. You've also
that's-
done some apps. You have Your Session.
I had that. That was about 10 years ago that happened.
What?
And that wasn't an app though. There was no apps at the time, but it was a website, which is now the same idea, and it was launched. It just didn't go well business-wise, you know.
Yeah. It was before its time.
It was before its time. Plus, it was before I knew how to raise money and raise capital. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And something similar opened up later on, and it's kind of famous now. It's called SoundCloud. It's the same idea.
What?
Same
See,
exact-
ahead of your
Look into
time.
your session. It's exactly the same idea. You can mirror it. Yeah.
That's crazy. You also DJ sometimes, DJ Tactics.
Used to be. Yeah.
What? You also helped George Clinton in the Parliament Funkadelic. How was that?
That was dope. He lived in my house for a while.
What?
Yeah,
that
dude.
was crazy.
When I was living right here, he would come to my house, stay there for days. We would record inside my house. He would just go. I have hours and hours with me and George
Just jamming.
jamming, where he's just speaking like this into a mic, where he's sitting down on my couch, and I'm making beats live as it's going with my 505
That must
and
be
909.
crazy.
It was. I still have all that stored.
I
So
went to a live George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic show.
I've jammed with them. I've played on stage with them live bass. Amazing.
What?
So much fun.
It's just crazy because you're like, you don't know, like the songs are like 34 minutes.
Oh, bro.
They're like forever.
They'll jam it out. They'll dance. There's 20 of them on stage.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's like the
a-
show starts at 8. It's midnight, and they've only done 3 songs.
Mhm.
You're like, yo,
Yeah.
like I don't know if I can keep going.
But
G,
within
like,
those 3 songs, they've like gone through 20 songs.
They've
Swear to
done-
God, with,
yeah.
like riffs from
Just
other
little, they
they're
just jam out.
Yeah,
It's
they're just-
crazy.
They're so amazing. It's spectacle.
is there someone? Was that like a?
Oh, well, I smoked with that guy.
Was that cool? Was that like
badass.
George Clinton?
I forgot about that era.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I smoked with all the Wu-Tang guys. Like those are thing. I guess if I go back, start thinking, I have some gaps of like memory.
What's your favorite way to smoke?
Right now I'm all joints.
Just joints?
Yeah, but I do have, water.
You spoke to a lot of. You're just real humble, Shavo. I know you've probably
that's
spoken to many legends out there. You're just like, yeah. I feel the same way.
Bill
Like
Clinton.
like I've interviewed like hundreds of people. I wish I remember all the
Yeah.
interviews, but sometimes I'm like, damn, I actually like I'll smoke with someone who they just started, whatever, our time like 30,000 followers. Now they're at like 3 million followers and have shows. I'm like, damn,
That was.
I fucking
I smoked with him.
what? Before they even now they out here just killing
I know a
it.
lot of huge groups like that were like, they went through us like. They had like one album, like an album that wasn't doing well, but then 2 and 3 went nuts and they became huge, which I blessed them, I've seen that happen too.
Are you still painting?
I do, but I haven't in the last maybe year. But I paint objects, like I'll take like drum heads and I'll take guitars and I'll take things. I'll just put them together and I'll do some abstract. I do canvases, but I like to do just things. Like I've never done a Puffco Peak.
Oh, like art?
I should be doing some art on it.
What? I'm ready. Let me see
I
it.
think I should.
What's-
That's our next move.
You have a custom.
I have a new one.
What's your so what's like what's a typical Shavo day? Like what's like a typical day? Do you go to the gym every day? Is that something you try?
4 or 5 days. Four.
That's
four,
right. Are you like a morning or
Morning. First thing I do, or else I ain't going.
you're like,
I
wake
can't
up
go.
and get it?
Or else like my day started, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'd rather lounge
I
or
get
do
it.
something. So I'll wake up, I'll go to the gym, then a couple of meetings, a podcast or two.
Hey, I made the day.
I'll go home for a bit, kick it with my kids after school, and then I'll start studio sessions around 6 and on.
You go to studio every day?
No, that too, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It was 2 until now I'm really passionate about what we're doing. So since it's actually developing into something
You
cool,
got
we're in
that-
there 4 or 5 days.
You got that fire back
Something's
in
going
you.
on, yeah.
You
I mean, I've
ready?
had the fire for like 3 years now. Like I'm like 22. I feel like, I haven't done anything. I'm starting from scratch, so I have to do my best.
Yeah, I heard
I have that mentality. So
because you like to do a lot of things. You are a family man. You are
That's number one.
about
And the only reason why I'm grinding away on everything else is
For
my
the
family.
family.
Not for me. I've got what I need. I got my family and I'm comfortable with it. I'm happy.
You got it. Because you also won something called the Agboo's Gen Net Community Hero Award.
That's the AGP. It's an Armenian thing, right?
Well, I know I lived down the street from there.
Yeah.
It's a big school.
They have a few.
You speak Armenian?
I do.
You speak Russian?
Yes, I really do.
I know
No,
sometimes
no,
they speak Russian,
No,
sometimes they speak
fully.
Russian, sometimes they speak both.
I've had them speak Russian to me like I should, and I'm like, sorry, bro, I don't know.
I'll pay it.
Yeah, I'll pay it. So funny. What was it?
I was just talking about you winning the
Oh, yeah, that
Community
was-
Hero Award, an outstanding work as a role model for young Armenian Americans.
That's another mentor thing, but it's for more Armenian kids that we spoke to.
Yeah,
you said I go visit sometimes.
You said it was felt better. That was felt better than winning a Grammy because it was like
did.
the kids voted.
When I
It was
went
like-
up there, it was like, fuck, are you gonna give this to me? There was like 30 people, and I got it. I was like, oh, come on,
Like,
yeah,
fuck.
come here, 30 of you. And they made this whole, they made this drawing, and they all signed it with pictures of our time. It was amazing. Oh, by the way, RZA came with me at that time, and he got involved. And a year later, they gave it to him.
What?
He got an Armenian mentorship award.
That's
really
crazy.
cool. Yeah, because he was helping the kids out and shit.
That's
really
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You're also doing you got a show coming up on the 24th.
Yeah.
Rock to Recovery,
Rock to Recovery.
which is for
It's the 4th annual one.
I dropped
It's a
my
bunch
toy.
of friends of mine that we used to get like fucked up together back in the day, but everyone sobered up off of all the crazy stuff, and they put together an organization where they go to rehabs or to help write songs with patients, and it's helpful, man. It's like music therapy. So they've been successful. It's Wes, who's played with Head Pete and Korn. Sonny Mayo that used to be with Snot and MF Pitbulls and Amen. Bunch of cool people. I'm looking forward to playing with them. We're gonna play a few songs. We're gonna do some covers. Have some fun.
what?
Yeah. Our rehearsals this week. It's gonna be fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So
I wanna have some fun.
So now, like when people, because when people see me, they're just like, "Oh, we're about to get high." Like Adam's in the building, his backpack's here.
that happens with me now.
Does that happen to you
Yeah.
now? Now that you got like your 22 brand and you're fucking out here with the weed, do people like, "Hey, Shavo's coming with him, Jarvis, dog. We
Well,
about
listen,
to get lit."
I enjoy doing that though. I always like to smoke people out. If I got it, you got it. Always.
Are people like? How are people responding to the brand now?
All right, here's a cool story. You can end with this if you want. We just had like this big family reunion on my dad's side, and I haven't seen a lot of them forever, but they're really close now. They're the ones that we moved from Armenia with, the whole clan. You know?
Big.
Yeah, big clan.
Y'all
And-
still are keeping touch?
Yeah, so that's what it was. We had lost some, some of them have lost a little bit of touch, and so this thing brought everyone together. It was earlier this month. And we usually would have been like, so how's system, right? It was like, so how's this 22 going? That was the thing. That
Everyone
was the
was all
talk. Everyone was about 22. It was like I was a doctor there. My uncle was coming up to me going,
With CBD?
so, I'm having a hard time sleeping. What can I do? I'm like, okay, I got you. So I was going to my bag.
Bro.
Bro, listen, my bag over here, and I'm like, I got you. So that's what it was, man. It was really cool. It was really like, it was mind altering. It was mind opening.
It's crazy.
Eye-opening, yeah.
It's crazy how society and like family and everyone has changed their perspective on cannabis
Bro,
now.
10 years ago, that would have been a nightmare.
And especially when all of a sudden they have a friend or they're ill, or all of a sudden someone, they're like, yo, like we've tried everything. And they were the ones that were like super anti-cannabis growing up. Like, why do you smoke weed? You're wasting your life. What are you doing? And then like,
my dad took a hit with me the other day, and I'm gonna say
was that the first time?
No, well, he took a hit and took a joint. He's like, I'll
smoke one.
Like I'll smoke one later. It was.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
The first time I spoke with my dad was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is crazy, bro. I think my brother or someone was like, this isn't right, or something.
Yeah.
It was not. What I mean?
Yeah, I've never. Yeah.
But it was the best. Happy birthday, Dad.
Well, happy birthday,
Yeah,
Apple.
it was his birthday yesterday.
So yeah, it's just crazy how family's perspective changed, because I was never ashamed of my consumption. I was always open about it. I knew there were benefits to it before, like, it just made me feel
Before
better.
It was okay, PC.
Yeah, but before, like, people knew about it, like before there were all these studies and all these tests, like I'm like, yo, it's like taking vitamins. It's helping me with my functionality. It's helping me day to day.
It's so true though, right?
And I
Some
was like,
people's chemistries, it really works, man.
Yeah. Like I have
I'm
this
one
shit
of those.
helps me
I
just
want to focus their thoughts, right? I was just saying that. Yeah, it
helps me. It gives me patience. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it doesn't let shit affect me as much as things usually do. People get upset over the stupidest things.
You don't get that anxiety that people get ever.
There's a moment in my life where I did. I feel like I might have oversaturated my cannabinoid receptors, and it kind of threw my chemical
You
balance
think
off.
that's the reason though?
Well, this happened. I was judging a cannabis cup, and they gave me 60 entries, right?
Mm.
And I had to 3 days to smoke it. And this is like 2013, 14, when there was no fucking labs or anything where test shit looked as dark as these wires. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'm just gonna be a fair judge and smoke everything. And I just had an email and was just going. And I feel like I just kind of
dabbed like 6 p.m.
Bro,
You
like
kidding me?
in a day, I just tried every single
Hey,
one.
that's the man.
And then I just feel like I got super anxiety afterwards. I kind of got I felt disengaged for like a couple
That
weeks.
disengagement is what I'm talking about. It happened.
Like
It's happened to me.
You're here, but not here.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen often. And I'm trying to figure out what was it. Was it the weed? Was it the getting high? Or was it the time of my life or the moment that I'm going through something subconsciously, something triggered to feel that way?
Yeah.
Or was it the people around me? Because usually it
it?
never happens when I'm alone. It never happened when I'm alone. It's always been when there was other people around that I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe that's why I was like, I don't know about the OG right now because
it's a little heavy.
who knows?
Yeah, but you're a connoisseur now. You know the
Yeah,
difference
yeah.
between indica, sativa, hybrids, cookies,
Yeah, everything.
Jacks. Fucking, what do you got? What do you got in the jars? Can I see some of these jars?
Yeah, please.
Here, let's see. Look, because I brought you a bag too.
Oh, thank
I brought you
you,
a bag from LA Kush.
Oh man,
You got some flavors in there.
Thank you, sir.
You got a T-shirt in
Oh,
there.
thank you very
It's
much.
red because I know you like red.
I like red and black.
That's a little bag in there.
Oh, yeah,
But
thank you. I don't have any shirts, nothing for you because
It's
we're doing our new run
it's
and
all
we have
good.
nothing available.
I like to see those jars though.
But this is the AF.
The AF as fuck.
That's what it's like.
What does AF stand for?
It's a pheno of animal face.
Ooh,
It's a rare one though.
it's got like a earthier.
Dude, it's like gas. It's really and it tests at 30 usually.
Looks
29,
smells
30,
good.
31.
I can't wait to roll that in a Zachwood. Let me see some. You got
I'll
some
see.
flavors over here.
Take some,
Yeah,
yeah.
Zachwood right here. Let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got a camera. I could show him. What? Shine that. No flash.
No flash, no flash.
We don't need no flash.
That's the White Sabbath.
What? Okay. This smells more like a vegetable, like a
Yeah. That one's lighter than that.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
white
like the
fire.
produce section when you
This
walk
is
in.
a white
It's like
fire
that
with the
good.
cookies.
Yeah. That one smells good.
It's a lot tamer than the other ones.
Yeah.
This is our Jack, which is a pre-97, 96 actually.
You say it.
It's old strain.
Oh yeah, that's that super
like-
piney.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm running through
Lemon
a pine
pine.
tree forest right now. Smells like almost like a Christmas tree lot.
I love that all
That's
day.
super sweet. That's
This
why
is
I
like
love that.
creative
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
I love the hazes.
All
I
that,
love
me
the
too,
fucking.
man. When I went to Amsterdam that one time,
I love it.
20 years ago, where I was at this harvest tasting, and the hazes just stood the fuck out. And there was this one Neville's haze that was like 85% sativa. Like it was like the brain buzz, headband like really tight.
Right.
This is the mimosa.
What?
Oh, it's like more of a familiar.
Yeah. That's like that, tangy sweet fruit.
It's what is it? It's a clementine with a purple punch, I think.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that don't get you high. This smells good.
And it's
Smells good.
It's all day smoke right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Those two.
The Jack and this all day. Those two I
All day.
have it later on.
Let me roll one on. So you've created a couple businesses throughout your career, done some things. Now you're like really involved with the cannabis brand and being an entrepreneur with it and learning all about it. Do you feel like it's helped you? Do you think you're gonna have other projects now that you kind of?
Of course,
Because I know before you were just doing
I'm
shit.
never gonna stop, bro. I was like, this is one brand. Once I have something else I'm passionate about, it comes to me. I don't go to it.
Right.
So if someone comes up, I'm gonna do it. If it feels right, I'm gonna do it.
That's right.
You know.
Shavo out here, system down,
Thank you.
chilling out, making it happen. Got that 22 Red. You can find it in a bunch of shops. Go to 22red.com. Out here living life.
Let's do an AF and like end it with that. So
A what?
The ass.
Yeah, let's smoke whatever you want. I'm with it.
This one's
I'm with it.
a small one.
I just wanted to go back and talk about something real quick that I
Okay.
found was interesting. The whole synesthesia.
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 Google it. There's a.
Yeah, I know how to say it. It's just hard for me. I got like a minor lisp and fucking, it's crazy. But has that like, is it just with numbers and colors? Like, is it when you close your eyes you see it, or just when you think of it, that's what it draws to?
I've never thought too deeply about it, but when we were coming up with names and it came around to 22, and then I was talking about colors and numbers, someone pulled it up, and it was a thing, and I was like, really, this is a thing? So I'm sure it's all senses, but to me, it's mostly numbers. Like, okay, letters too. I mean, I can't think of 26 right now, colors, but I can think of like what A and B might be. Like A sounds red, looks red to me.
Does that make you like?
So it'll be 22.
Do you feel this helps with your other like creative abilities, like when you're playing music, or is there,
I have no idea.
You just
I have no clue.
It's just
I
there.
have
I don't
not-
tap into that.
I have not tapped.
I just
into
live
that.
life.
Music
Have you ever
lit-
tried to? Have you ever like see like
No,
what
I
it
haven't.
is?
I
or-
might. I don't know. Now that you say it, I don't know. I just kind of like the way I create is I just do.
That's right.
That's how I write.
Organic.
I don't think about writing a song. If I say I'm gonna write a song, it's never gonna happen. If I just sit there and strum a bass, strum a guitar, things come out and I record them or I write them down.
I wonder if that shit has anything to do with cannabis too. Like if you smell certain strains, like you see things, or like if there's.
I see things, bro. When I hear music, I see video, visual. That's why I directed. Like I've directed 4 or 5 of our videos, and that was because it just came natural. It wasn't because I just wanted to be a director. It was like I was like, dude, I see things when I hear our shit. Look, give me a chance. And then I got a crew. And
Check
I
out
got a
my
chance,
vision.
And then I did it, and it was toxicity. You know, like,
What?
Yeah, that was just in my head. I was like, white room. This is all black. This is the choruses were white, and well, that's the fucking synesthesia right there. I made the choruses white and toxicity, and I made the verses black. Yeah, dude, that was all that. And then at the end, they came together.
Chaos.
Yeah, that's that.
What?
See, yep, went in there. Good call. Good call,
man,
Mr.
we
L.
out here.
Good call.
I'm trying to figure this shit out, dog. You were interesting.
We just went deep.
We were doing the research. I'm like, man, there's so much to talk about. I'm thinking hour is enough, and it's not because we just reached the hour.
No,
and
we
it's
did.
fucking. So you got a new project coming up.
North of Kingsley.
North of Kingsley.
It's like I said, I'm giving little snippets here and there on my personal.
If I get in your car right now, what am I listening to?
Right now, Howard Stern.
What? Really? That's great. You know he's coming to L.A.
What do you mean?
He's coming out to the Sirius studio.
Oh,
real
to
soon.
do something.
Yeah.
Not to like work out of here.
No, he's
That
gonna
guy
like
never
bless
do
the LA studio and come and
that.
do
The
some
one
shit.
on
Out here, yeah, in Hollywood.
Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went there.
just
I was
there
on the
Tuesday.
Ruju. What?
Yeah.
I was there too on the Ruju show.
Eighth floor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just there.
Let's
like,
go,
getting
fool,
drunk.
we're
I'm
headed
there. Let's
straight.
go stand outside.
Bro, I'll have signs. We're gonna buy. I'll have a fucking Ronnie the driver.
Ronnie the
Cut
limo
out.
driver.
Yeah, I got my Adam Hill
Yeah.
cutouts, bro.
Fred Ronnie. You know Fred Ronnie, right?
I'll be out there like
How
this,
funny
G.
is that?
I need to get me some puppets too. If I can make it happen.
We can go together.
Shavo, thanks for coming on, man.
Man, my pleasure.
22red.com.
Thank you
It's
for
been
having me.
awesome.
Long time this has been talked about.
Hopefully,
doing,
it's
you
not
know?
going to be 22 years later.
No,
We
I
can do
saw
this
you. I
again.
saw you at what? I saw you at the High Times event, and then he was like, "Come on, like we're doing it,"
Yeah.
and it just kind of like.
I see you
laughed.
everywhere. Like
I know.
cannabis is happening, you there, dog. We out here supporting you, real. You're like really in the culture. You're really out here. You're not like
I'm
just
here
a
to stay,
face.
bro. I'm here to stay.
And I seen you out here grinding and making it
man.
happen. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming through.
Thank you for
Shout out
having
to all y'all tuning in. I appreciate everyone out here. Hayes Radio keeping us happening. You know where to find me. Getting high with everywhere. Get high everywhere on Instagram. Shavo on IG. Appreciate you again for
Oh, yeah,
coming
thank
through.
you.
22 Red. Check it out. It's been awesome. Stay high. Yeah. Bye.
Give me some baggies.
Oh, I forgot to give out the phone number.
Oh shit.
Whatever.